Eetu from Diabolo Lounge and you're watching VERTAX SLAPBACK tutorial. So, what the slapback is, it's basically when you're in vertical and you're slapping the other stick to your body. That's the move. And for this trick, I recommend using a bearing Diabolo. It kind of works with fixed, but not really, like you cannot really do it continuously as you can with a bearing Diabolo. So I got mine from Circus Kumiakka, yeah, go check them out. As for the sticks, these are Sandia's long sticks, carbon fiber, and these work really good for me for this trick. And string length, the longer your string is, the slower it's going to be, and it's actually a little bit harder with longer string in my opinion. And my string, it's this height, like this. So for this trick, actually this string I think it's quite perfect. If your string is too long, the movement is slow, and it's actually harder to control, kind of. And if it's too short, then it's harder to control because the movement is a bit too fast. So you find yourself a nice middle ground there. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to the tutorial. So, step 1 is the preparation for this trick. For the beginning of this trick, we're going to use the body stop over. We have that tutorial up on our YouTube or Patreon, not sure. Yeah, I'll link it in the bio. And yeah, we do that, except we add another loop. So how it looks like is this. Perfect. So you take speed, you do a body stop over, like this. And here, when it comes front, you add a loop. So, like that. And again, with a little bit more speed. That's it. So for this, it's not that difficult of a move. Make sure you wrap it from the top. It's kind of hard to wrap it underneath, but from the top is the correct way. And one thing is also that you should be wrapping it as soon as it comes around. Let me actually show you the difference. So before I kind of wrapped it late, so this is when I wrap it a bit earlier. And again later, if the other one wasn't clear. So the reason why you wrap it early is, as you might have seen, when I wrap it early, I have time. My body is wound up like this, and I have time to do this movement. If I wrap it late, my body is all the way into limit, so it's actually super hard to do the slapback from here. So that's why you wrap it here, and then it kind of, you have a lot of more space there. Okay, the step 2 then. The step 2 is releasing the stick, so making the stick fly. Okay, so you're here, you have done the wrap over the Diabolo. At this point, the other stick is in your armpit here, and you wrap the stick here, I mean the Diabolo here. Then, when you're here and wrap, you pull with this stick, that way, where it's going already, and you release this stick. So you release and pull, like this. Okay, let me show you. So, wrap and release and pull. Okay, I kind of went for the slapback already, but what you have to know how to do is just, as you pull with your right hand, you release with your left hand. Or if you're left-handed, then vice versa. And then this is kind of step 2.5 already. This is kind of already how to do the slapback. Once you're pulling with your right hand, you're here, you're pulling with your right hand. The idea is to first pull a little bit longer. So you use your upper body to turn, you don't need to move your legs. You do this movement until it's like here. Then when it's here, then you do the slapback motion. So, step 3. Okay, the slapback, the actual slapback. We've covered the part where you loop it and pull it here, so the stick flies like this. So now the slapback. Okay, you're here, you wound up your body like this, then you stop spinning, and with your right hand, you're going to do a loop here and push the Diabolo a little bit forward. So you kind of like loop it and push it forward. What this does is makes the stick that is flying there, it gives the stick time to hit you, like do the slapback. So you're doing this movement and the stick flies and hits your back or the side, however you feel comfortable. So in this moment where the stick is flying, I mean the stick hits you, there is a moment of tension. So during this tension, you start to pull the Diabolo back to where it came from. Okay, so you do the loop, bring the Diabolo here, loop with your right hand, and let the stick hit your back. Then when it hits your back, you start spinning the other way. Okay, let me show you. Okay. And actually for exercise, you can do just that. You let the stick hit your back and you just let the Diabolo fall. So you know how much time there is to actually start spinning the other way. So let me show you. Yeah. Okay, as you saw, when the stick hit me, the Diabolo kind of stood in one place for 1 second. Or like a half a second. So that is the time to start turning back. Alright, then the step 4. The step 4 is just step 3, except on the other side. So, you have done this slapback, you have hit the stick to your back, and then, when you're here, you just pull the other way, and again, first far away, then you do the loop, so the stick hits your back, and then again you go the other way. That's simple as that. And a couple of tips for the slapbacks. So, tip number 1 for this is that when you're training this, don't like rush into it. You might get some small bruises on your stomach. So really don't put too much power, it's kind of relaxed. Then a second tip is to actually hit the soft part of your belly. So not the rib cage, it's actually a bit painful to hit it here. So I like to hit it here on my belly, and yeah. Hitting your belly usually makes it so that it doesn't hurt so much. And one more tip is that use the spinning momentum. Usually when you're doing this, the problem is that your Diabolo starts to tilt a little bit. And this is because you probably are not using the spinning motion enough. So you're kind of stopping too much here instead of putting the Diabolo into the motion. Also having the alignment of your stick and Diabolo, just try to be as straight as possible with the string and Diabolo, so that it doesn't hit the sides again, as always in the vertical tricks. But here's an example of the step 4. So you do the slap back, and then back, and then back. And that's the movement. Oh yeah, and one more tip. So another tip for this one is that when you're doing the slapbacks, you're kind of throwing a figure 8 with your right hand. So when you're going from here, you're going far and back, and yeah, you're doing kind of a figure 8. Anyway, alright, and then the exit, step 5 is just when you're slapping this way, you can slap back this way and just take the stick from your side. That's the easiest one. So it looks like, well, it looks like this. And you're left with the wrap over, so that means left hand wrap. So it's like this, so you have to wrap like this. Or then you can also wrap from the over, from this way. So I guess that's it for the tutorial. Yeah, and thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, and also check out our Patreon if you haven't already. There we have plenty of tutorials coming up in vertical, and actually we are starting to think about going into 2 Diabolo tutorials as well. We got some requests from a couple of people to do them as well, so that's a thing we are definitely looking into right now. But anyway, thank you for watching this tutorial, and have a nice session. Bye.